The Society of Jesus, our official name, or the Jesuits, as we are more affectionately known by our friends and our collaborators, is an international group of Catholic priests and brothers, present in over 100 countries spread across the globe. Here in Zimbabwe, our story begins more or less here in Chichawasha, one of our first missions, built over 100 years ago. So we have been serving the people of Zimbabwe now for over a century. Of course, as priests, we run many parishes, both in the Archdiocese of Harare and in the Diocese of Chinhoyi. But our mission goes far beyond just serving the spiritual and pastoral needs of the people of this country. Our mission is to go to the frontiers of human endeavor and bring about a more just, humane, and equitable society, especially for the poor. One major way we do this is through education. As Jesuits, we run 18 schools in Zimbabwe, catering to a range of different social and economic strata in society. This range is clearly evident in the 4 schools we run right here in the Chichawasha Valley, as we have St. Joseph's Primary and St. Peter Claver catering to the local population of this area, which is a fairly poor and marginalized community. And then Chichawasha Primary and St. Ignatius College, which cater to the more middle class and affluent echelons of society. Our aim is to equip the young people of this nation with the skills they need in order to better their lives and ensure a more just and equitable Zimbabwe. So here at St. Ignatius, this means affording students the chance of a quality secondary education that hones their intellectual and social capacities to excellence. Jesuit education is about forming the whole person and giving students the opportunity to develop their gifts in the various fields of human endeavor. Thus, at St. Peter's Kubatana Technical School, our aim is to provide enthusiastic youth with the chance to learn a trade, whether motor mechanics, building, or carpentry. We also realize, though, that many kids from disadvantaged backgrounds slip through the net of the conventional educational system. This is why, at Zambuko House, we try to equip former street kids with practical skills of animal husbandry, welding, and agriculture. While at the Pedro Arupe Center in Musami, we have a special concern for the handicapped and have started up a special needs education program. As Jesuits, we also realize that many of our youth today are adrift with no clear vision of what the future might hold for them. They wander our cities aimlessly and more often than not end up being a menace to society. To remedy this situation, our Shingiridai Youth Initiative has hundreds of youth promoters that have set up youth centers in Harare, Chinhoyi, and Kariba that reach out to over 10,000 youth. Our aim is to engage them in sporting activities, talent shows, and other team-building activities that will help them find a direction in life and acquire a sense of worth and the vision to contribute positively to society. For those that show themselves disposed, we offer a more mature and spiritually oriented program in the form of our Magis initiative that invites youth to engage, inspire, and ignite. Here, youth drawn from our various schools and parishes are invited to engage in experience of serving others and then reflect on the spiritual growth this produces in them in order to be able to ignite others to do the same. It is to this same depth of experience that we invite students studying at the UZ at our Prestige House University Chaplaincy program. We hope that the time spent staying in this chaplaincy will awaken them to their responsibilities as future leaders of the country. We hope that they will be able to substitute the prevailing attitudes of materialistic self-pursuit found in so many of our leaders with care for the most vulnerable and disadvantaged members of our society. Apart from just forming the youth of this country to be agents of change, we also seek to be ourselves agents of social change, especially in the work we run out of our social center, Silvera House, situated here in the foothills of the Chichawasha Valley. One of our core missions as Jesuits is the promotion of social justice. The work of Silvera House accomplishes this in various ways, such as agricultural, advocacy, and community development programs run in remote rural communities that find themselves neglected and shunted to the margins of Zimbabwean society because of their location. Our mission is therefore to be the voice of the voiceless, and indeed help such people speak for themselves and ensure that their needs and concerns reach the table of national discussion. Also, tucked away here in the Chishawasha Hills, one can find the Peter Faber Spirituality Center. In the stillness of its natural surroundings, we invite retreatants to recollect themselves and reconnect with their Creator and Maker. As Jesuits, we believe that silence plays a critical role in helping us discern the will of God and hear His voice speaking to us. Each Jesuit, no matter where he is or what official work he has been given, has the task of being a spiritual director. This means helping people, in a one-on-one encounter, to discern what God might be calling them to do with their lives. But God does not simply hand us His will on a silver platter. It takes time and practice to hear God's voice amidst the busyness of our everyday lives. This requires that we invest ourselves in teaching people various methods of prayer, particularly those of our founder St. Ignatius, in a method known as the spiritual exercises. But people can only pray if their initial physical needs are met and they are in good health, which is why we as Jesuits also invest ourselves in healthcare, most notably running 2 hospitals at St. Rupert's Makonde and St. Paul's Musami. It is our hope that once healed and restored to health, the patients who have visited our hospitals can then go on and be agents of change themselves. In December of last year, our horizons were expanded beyond the limits of this country as we were united into one province with the Mozambican region, a fairly young region with lots of exciting possibilities and challenges. As we like saying in this province, the future is bright.